it's Snorgle. Welcome back to Exploring Minecraft. I just essentially explore Minecraft, get to know the various biomes, and just generally sort of experience it. I don't have that much experience with Minecraft, to be honest. I've been playing it less than 6 months. I enjoy it. I never played it before. I've mentioned this a couple times. I never really played it before because I've mentioned this before, but I don't like crafting games, and I still don't. I just don't. And Minecraft is an obvious exception. It's a complete outlier in that because I love Minecraft. I think it's one of those games where when you play it and you've never played it before, you play it as an adult. For me anyway, I just realized, this is why it's the best-selling game of all time. It's incredible, and I see people who've been playing it since they were a young adult or a child, and I'm not gonna lie, a little jealous. They have a very intimate relationship with it. That's not too bad. They have a very intimate relationship with it, and I think sometimes they take it for granted. And kind of, it's a big tree. Am I doing okay, wood? Good enough. Actually, though, hold on. There's some things I need to get rid of, so let's do this. Nope. Snorgle, pay attention. There. Okay. Is that a chicken? Surely not. What are you? Are you a chicken? I haven't seen you before. Thumbnail? Maybe. I guess not. Okay, sorry. I didn't mean to violate your privacy. Anyway, just kind of cruising around, experiencing the world of Minecraft to sort of get a deeper relationship with it. And the thing that I find interesting about this is, and it still amazes me. First of all, as anybody who listened to me for any amount of time knows that and particularly in this series, I think the procedurally generated trees are just incredible. I think they're genuinely amazing. And hello, hi Piggo. I don't think I've seen you before. Are you a new type of Piggo? Oh my gosh. I don't think I've seen that type of pig before. That's really cool. Hello, Llama. How are you? So I'm just trying to establish a relationship with Minecraft and just understand it a little more on a more intimate level, you know? I've also started playing, I'm doing a series where I started playing 1.0.0, and I think I'm going to kind of move forward with that. And so the thing that strikes me about it is that I think that there's a lot of people who don't, I think they take it for granted. Some of the things that make Minecraft so special, I think they take it for granted. And there's a lot of people who think, there's a lot of like boomers and people like that who sort of attribute, why is the sun doing that? That's odd. Is this a swamp or something? I don't know. Okay, I guess it is. Okay. A little weird though, because doesn't seem swampy. Huh. That's what I'm talking about though. Hello, how am I doing on wool? I'm doing fine. So I'm talking about just things like that. I don't think I've experienced this kind of desaturation of light, but and I'm not quite in a swamp. It's very strange. Very strange. But I think there's a lot of people who don't understand. They take it for granted, or they've never played it, and I know a lot of people I know have never played it and just assume it's a game for children. And although it is, the reason it is because it's so intuitive. It's clearly not a game for children. Children can play it, certainly, and do, but adults can play it as well because it's such a robust game, and some people play it so many different ways. I remember I was watching this year's Lifesteal, which is by the way, it's a great series. If you haven't seen it, you should watch it because it's really entertaining. And again, it's I don't think it's scripted. There's a lot of Minecraft content that is scripted, and some of it people are dishonest about it, and some of it they're not. I think after the whole Dream fiasco, I think there's a lot of people are being more honest when they do scripted Minecraft content, which I appreciate. But I think some of Lifesteal, although not scripted, is setup. Set up for views. They set up particular situations for views. I do think that's true. And again, I don't think it's scripted. I don't believe that, but I think it's whoa. I will not be going down there. I don't want to die yet. Okay. Look at that sheer cliff. Holy crap. You don't see that very often. Just that drop like that. Wow. And now we're out of whatever that biome was. Looks similar, but let's see. How do we get down here? Yeah, but I just think it's super interesting to me that the people play so many different ways, and there's really, really good players. You look at Lifesteal, there's really great players. And the Naked and Afraid was another one that I thought was really interesting. That's another series. If you haven't watched it, you should watch it because it's super fun and it's really interesting. And the Naked and Afraid thing, it was interesting to me because like they had a couple of people, and some of them, they were not particularly good PvPers. And they were just like, they even said like, I build. What I do is build. And so as soon as they got there, they got to the base. They're like, okay, I'm going to start building now, and just did. Like, which I think is really cool. It's interesting to me how many different types of way there are to play the game. And I think people don't appreciate how difficult that is to pull off from a development standpoint. I mean, every single thing, the PvP is hyper-focused, the building is hyper-focused, they're just playing the Minecraft world and being, a regular player who goes to, an ancient city and all that other stuff, that's hyper-focused as well. It's to pull that off in a single game is kind of amazing, to be honest with you. It still just blows me away. And it's interesting to see the changes that oh, look at this shift now. See, we're shifting from whatever that biome is to this biome, and it's really cool. It's really interesting. I love it so much. But it's that's what I think. I think it's just so interesting how so many people play so many different ways and they still relate to each other and understand. It's really interesting to me. Look at like people who are, that's a very odd like hill or something. Like look at this. This is just amazing. Just this big kind of maybe high plains. I'm not sure what the altitude is, but I assume that Minecraft has like I assume that this right here is sea level, that the water is all at the same level, I assume. I don't know why I'm making that assumption, but I assume that. Well, I'm making an assumption, because I feel like that Minecraft is very thoughtful about a lot of things like that. And I would be surprised if they didn't have some kind of sea level. I don't know what Y level it would be, but I'd be really surprised if they didn't. So I'm sorry, I almost landed on pigs. I don't think it would matter, but still, I don't want to jump on pigs. I like pigs. Pigs are great. I had when I lived in the Pacific Northwest. This is right before I started being a nomad. I might have told this story before. I lived in the Pacific Northwest, and it was wintry, and it was a little bit rainy and stuff. And I went into the coffee shop, and there was a lady in front of me who had one of those little tiny pet pigs, and she had on a little leash. And I asked her, "Oh, can I pet your pig?" And she was like, "Yes." And so I bent down and gave the pig a little pet and said, "Sucks to your ass, Mar." And she immediately got the reference. I'm such a dork. So as of this recording, we're in the spoopy season. There's gonna be a lot of spoopy games on my channel coming up this week. So I'm looking forward to. Spoopy, creepy. I tried to do some different ones this year. Normally I don't do that because it was difficult for me to, I don't know, I just don't do it. But I'm trying to do it this year and see what happens. So we'll see. My channel has not been doing particularly well lately. I think there was some kind of update that happened in like August. Come on, there. And whatever happened, it really messed up my subscriptions and my views. You can see it in the analytics. There's just a cutoff, like August 16th. And I don't quite understand it, but also I'm just doing my thing. Like this has been such an amazing year. I've grown even right now, if I don't get any more subscribers, I've grown as much as I thought would take me 2 years to grow this year. So I want to thank every single one of you who are subscribed and watching this. And I can't tell you how much it means to me. Let's keep going. Okay. What's the easiest way up? So, whatever. There we go. We'll keep going. I had somebody mention they kind of would like to see me travel more at night because it's so different. It's like, okay, I'll do it. With a really thick vegetation. The other thing that strikes me about what is that over there? Is that a village? I can't tell. Kind of looks like the glow from a village, doesn't it? Kind of. Let's see. Make sure I don't kill myself here. Is that a village or is that lava? I think it's lava. Nope, just a light. I wonder where that light's coming from. How do we get up there? Well, let's go this way. Again, I just try to make that number on the right move up. And, you know, I'm not crazy about it or anything. I just try to make it move up. So if we have to go a little bit out of the way, then we go a little bit out of the way, and that's fine. But we're kind of in a valley here, so I don't have a whole lot of options without climbing up. So, and I kind of want to avoid that for whatever reason. Just because I don't feel like it. And sometimes that's enough, you know? Sometimes if, not just me, but I mean anyone, sometimes if you're just not feeling something that you normally do, what the scorp? What? Now see, these kind of creative decisions that Mojang made. Obviously, they made decisions that allows, this is not going to work, so we're going to have to get out, which is fine. Let's see here. That allows for stuff to be floating, I find really interesting because it's an unusual creative decision, right? It's not stuff that happens like in the real world. We don't have floaty bits like that in the real world. It's not a thing. Let's see. Sure, let's do this. Yeah, we'll just go up. Sure. Why not? Yeah, just kind of taking the easy way up. No hurry at all. Like, at all. Okay, careful. There we go. There we go. Not too bad. Just kind of cruising along at night, checking it out. But I think it's interesting. There's so many people play it so many different ways. The people who do like all the redstone stuff, it's really interesting. It's just so interesting to me how many different types of people play Minecraft in distinctly different ways. And some really talented people playing, like really talented. Do I need to be going up here? I feel like I do, but I'm not sure why. Maybe we'll go back down. This might be the easier path if we just stay down here. Who knows? I don't know. We'll just playing it by ear. Kind of cruise along. The thing that, this is what I was going to say though, is that when you look at Minecraft 1.0, traversing through the forests is not as pleasant. And I'll tell you why. Because the foliage on the trees that you can't pass through, right? There's significantly more foliage that's like one block up and you have to either break it or you have to go through it. Then here, there's almost always a path. Not always, but there's almost always some path easily. They obviously changed that. Like they clearly changed that, which I think is really fascinating. I think that's really interesting. Okay. Moon's straight overhead, looking good. Looking good, buddy. Okay. I guess in Minecraft 1.0, there's no swimming. Which is interesting. There's also no critical hits, which and they kind of encourage. Come on now, they kind of encourage. What's kind of encourages spamming. It's an interesting choice. I mean, I'm glad they changed it. I'll be honest with you, because I think the current in Java, I think the current battle, the way that they do battles is way better than Bedrock. It's just not even comparable, in my opinion. But I also don't know what I'm doing, so take that with a grain of salt. Just my opinion. I was having another conversation with my friend. I think I brought this up last time, but a friend who wanted to start doing a podcast. And I kind of was telling him, well, make sure you keep it realistic. Like, be realistic about how much time it's going to take you, because he wants to do pretty long podcasts, a couple hours, and he thought he's going to do 3 times a week. And I was like, well, why don't you try once a week, just because he's got a full-time job, and he's a normal person, got a full-time job and a partner, and and so I told him, try once a week. And he's like, oh, I'm going to buy this really fancy mic. And I was like, maybe don't put too much money into that yet. You always can later. But I gave him some really nice options for a microphone that's not too bad. That is under $50, and sounds fine. It's not going to sound as good as a $3,000 Neumann, but it sounds fine. I'm just trying to be as courteous as possible. And this podcast is anything I'm sort of interested in. He's into space, into spacey stuff. But just, try to think about, do some tests, see how long it takes you to edit it, and make sure you factor that into how much time you're spending, because if you do our podcast and you want to edit it, if you edit it, unless you want it just to be like a live stream, you're going to need to edit it. And which means you're going to have to listen to that 2 hours. So that's double your time right there. Plus you need to set up a little bit. So it's half an hour to set up. Probably more than 2 hours. Let's say 3 hours to edit it, because you have to make decisions. And then you might want to find some music and maybe have some bumpers and things like that. So hold it. I love cherry biome. So I like going to a cherry biome every time I see one. I like to do. I would not go to it, just at least look at it. So cool. The cherries are some of my favorite trees. They really are. The way they grow. Look at that, just on the side of the mountain. That's so cool. I love it so much. But yeah, trying to be encouraged. I had my bestie is going to start looking for a new job, because her office, they used to do, it was fully remote, and then once a month for like 3 days, everybody would get together. Am I going this way? Is this way I'm going? Yes. Okay. Everyone would get together once a month just to make sure that they were aligned and stuff like that. And then some new CEO took over, and they're like, no, it's 5 days a week in the office. And she was like, I'm out of here. And she's insanely talented. She's so talented. So she's looking for a fully remote job, and she'll find it. As someone who's been fully remote for a very long time, long before lockdown, I recommend it. Though some people don't like it. I don't quite understand that, but some people really don't like it. I mean, I guess if you're very, very extroverted, I can see that. I understand that. I have another friend who's moving to what used to be a farm. That was a big drop down there that I did not fall into. Hi, Turtle, how you doing? And he's going to repair a bunch of the buildings and tear some of the buildings down, and just. I think he also said he's going to grow some hay, and he grew up on a farm, so he knows what he's doing. So good for him. Instead of moving from a large city to a very rural lifestyle. I think it's Tennessee. I mean, I'm not doxing him or anything. Tennessee's a big state, but yeah, I think he's moving to a place in Tennessee, and he's very excited about it. Good for him. And he's a remote worker, so he'll be able to. That's the new pig. I wonder what the parameters for that pig are. I haven't seen that before. That's really cool. That's a cool looking pig. It's a very cool looking pig. Okay, they're like a purple chicken. That's it. Wow. Have I seen that type of cow before? Maybe. Yeah, I have. I have. I think what I had mainly in my old world. Also on Bedrock. Let's see. These trees are cool. Like those trees like that's neat. It's still, I'm such a dork. It still cracks me up that you get apples from an oak tree. I think that's really funny because I'm a dork. Okay. Like what's this covering the ground? I don't know. I'm not sure. It's not leaves because leaves are something different. It gives a really distinct vibe though. It's really cool. Even like that looks different too. Like this looks, what? Oh, hello. A while back I saw some villages, and the villages, that could have ended badly for me. And the villages had some bones in the chests. Ooh. How do I? Had some bones in the chest, and I didn't take them, and I should have, because then I could have a pupper along for the ride. I just didn't think of it at the time, you know. Didn't think of it at the time. Let's go here. Okay, there we go. Just keep swimming along a little bit. I kind of like the open ocean. Hello, Mrs. Squid. How you doing? Uh-oh, stop. To find a place for me to get up. Oh, those big trees. I love those big trees so much. So cool. I hate the way that Bedrock makes you stop going forward, and then you have to get out of the water. It's the way, if anybody who does it knows, it's such a pain. Whereas Java does, hi, how you doing? You look great. Really? Huh. Thumbnail? Maybe. Yeah? Okay. There's a fox. I don't think you can tame foxes. I don't think. If I'm wrong, let me know. Let me know in the comments. Yeah, but I wish my bestie luck in finding a job that she's going to enjoy and find rewarding. And that's, here we go. Open ocean. Love it. And that meets her needs, you know? Because I also think she works for a large corporation now, a multinational corporation, and she really likes, why is that blue? Is that ice? Oh, it is ice, okay. One of my least favorite biomes is ice, but I make myself go through it because I want to see it, you know? Probably ice is my least favorite biome, followed by snow. Looks like we got both coming up. Great. I'm sure she'll do fine though. She's incredibly talented. She's so talented. I've been kind of trying to encourage her to find a new job for a while. It's a little bit of a tough market now, but she'll do fine. She always does. Okay. I guess we'll just go on the ice. Sure, why not? I mean, if there's long things of ice, I don't mind. What am I trying to say here? I don't mind boating it because you go so fast. But if those short things of ice, it just seems like it's not worth it. You know? It's just me. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. I was watching somebody. I don't remember who it was. They were so good at controlling the boat on the ice. It was really amazing. It was incredible. Never quite seen anything like that before. Not how good they were. They were super accurate. The cow. Yeah, I hadn't seen those new types of pigs before. That's really cool. Okay. Okay. Oh, that wasn't too bad. Okay. There we go. This is not as bad as some of. This is not my least favorite ice biome. This is pretty good. This is pretty good. Not too bad. Uh-oh. Baby cow mooing. Let's see. We want to be a little careful of these plants up here because they're prickly, I believe. Oh no, those are flowers. Those are fine. Those aren't the, uh-oh. Careful. Okay. What is that? What is that? I've never seen that before. What is it? Is it a it's like a giant. Hold on. Let's take a screenshot. Move over a little bit so I can get it centered. What is that? Okay. It's like a giant. Ouch, 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 ouch. It's like a giant portal. I've never seen anything like this before. What? I mean, I've seen the portals before, but this one's so big, and how is it? There's a little bit of iron here. Does anybody know what this is? There's a big tree in the middle of it. A couple of fire charges. Yeah, I don't care about any of these. That's garbage. Is this just a regular? It's so tall. Hold on, this tree is kind of. Ouch! Stop it. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. The when you break the, I'm going to get rid of this tree because it really is kind of irritating me. What kind of? There. I don't have a diamond pickaxe, which is fine. That's crazy. That's really interesting. I'm going to climb up there and get the gold, but I don't feel like it. What is that? What is that? Is it just a different type of portal? Is it something super special? I just don't know. Another screenshot. Anyway, I was going to say that what's really interesting is when like if you get rid of this, the snow falls down to the next block. That's really neat. That's very strange. I don't know what that is. It's a portal, obviously, but is it connected to something else, or I don't know. Is it just a rare, specific type of portal? That's really cool. That's really neat. See, it's moments like that, you know? I have never seen that before. And I don't know, maybe the place is lousy with those kind of portals. I don't know. But I haven't seen it before, and I've traveled coming up on 300,000 blocks. I mean, I don't think we're going to get there in this video, but you know, almost 290,000 blocks I've gone. That was really cool. That was neat. And that's the type of stuff I want to experience. I'm going to start going to some caves and stuff too, because I wouldn't mind exploring an ancient city. I'm not going to lie, I'm a little intimidated by them in a survival world, because I don't know how they work. And I know that, and I've watched some Let's Plays, and I know that there's wardens, and wardens look scary, and people deal with wardens in different ways, but I just don't know how it works. And so I'm positive that I just get killed immediately. So I probably should look it up, frankly. Interesting. That was cool. That was really neat. Yeah, most of those portals are just regular size. They're not like that. That portal was giant. Holy crap. How can we do this? Oh my gosh. Not like that. Okay. Sun going down. Let's keep heading this way. Why not? Yeah, that was really cool. I wonder what that is. I'll have to look that up. Or ask around. I'll probably ask around on my Discord. There's a lot of really knowledgeable people who know Minecraft really well. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna sleep because I don't want to lose all the progress I made. So I do sometimes want to set a spawn point and leave my bed there. I'm just kind of littering this world with my beds. I don't want to go up all that way though. It's kind of a pain, and it's just a sheer face. Like, how am I going to do this? Can I go around maybe? Maybe I can. Let's try it. See if there's somewhere we can go around a little bit easier. Yeah, I don't think I've seen that color pig before. It's really cool looking. That's really neat. That's really neat. I made my favorite Chinese meal. Ow, stop. Okay, those are the ones we try to avoid. They have berries, but they're also very prickly, and they hurt. Not as huge of a deal for me now because I'm in peaceful world and I regenerate health very quickly, but that doesn't mean I can't die. I obviously could. Hello. Yeah, I'm just gonna try to. Yeah, I think this is a little better. This is a little easier here. A little easier. I did the thing where I kind of explored the peaceful nether. That was cool. And I got a happy guest. And I'm kind of thinking of just, I don't know if it's going to be a series. I don't think it's going to be as interesting enough for a series, but for single 1 or 2 videos, it could be cool to fly around the world on a happy guest and see it in a different way. Experience Minecraft from just kind of a super chill flying around, you know, with my gas friend. I think that'd be kind of neat. I haven't seen the purple chicken for either. That's really cool. There's got to be some. It's got to be some specific, like biome or something. That is that a. What is that? That looks like, in front of it, looks like maybe some sort of man-made structure. We'll take a look. I would not mind finding another mansion. That'd be neat. I found one, but the only reason I found it was because somebody it was a live stream, and somebody in the chat was like, "Hey, there's a mansion. Go there." I was like, "Okay, I'll do it." I think mansions are a little bit rare. I think. I get the feeling if you have an elytra, it probably makes it a lot easier to find that stuff, right? Probably. I don't think this is a mansion, though. I think this is a village. Maybe it's not even that. I thought it was. Maybe not. Maybe not. That's disappointing. It's not the end of the world, but, you know, a little disappointing. Let's just use some of these dirt things we have. Okay. There we go. Nope, I guess it wasn't. That happens to me all the time. It's super easy, I think, to get in that position. Because some of the stuff really does look, some of the way that trees and other things makes it look like it's definitely a man-made object. And you get close, you're like, oh, it's not. It's just, you know, this kind of looks like it. Look how vast that is. That's cool. That's really cool. There. Okay, neat. Would not mind getting out of this biome in once in a while, because I'm not a fan of the snow biome. I'm not a fan of snow in real life or in Minecraft. Ironically enough. Look, it's a is that like an Arctic wolf or is that a fox? I can't tell. The tail, I think it's a wolf. Anyway, I regret not getting those bones. Wasn't even thinking from that village. So hopefully I'll run across another that has someone I can have an Arctic friend. I can have not an Arctic friend, just a fox friend follow me. I could also create a I probably should do this. Oops, where are we going here? And oh nope, that's a sheep. Could also create a fishing pole. Have a cat friend. Maybe both a cat and a doggo. Kitty and doggo. Hard to go wrong with that. Go wrong with that combination. Kind of the best of everything, huh? Kinda. Where are we going here? There we go. Okay. There we go. was thinking about doing a podcast, but I just don't have the time. With the amount of videos and stuff I produce, I just absolutely do not have the time to do it. It's just too bad. Maybe I'll figure out some way to carve out time in the future, but as it is right now, it's a no-go. So that's okay. Just being honest, with myself. The time it takes. I really thought very hard about how I... What this blurb? The heck is going on? I don't want that. Go away. Get out of here. That was odd. I don't know why that happened. It just kind of imploded. That was weird. I wonder if there's a way to get bones besides skeletons. I'll have to look that up. I don't think there is, but I don't know. Maybe if I had a bunch of bone meals, I could craft a bone? I don't know. Not sure. Hello, bunny. How you doing? Really? Okay, well. Village? Yeah, here's a village. A proper one. Okay. Oh, you people are dressed fancy. Excuse me. Let's check. People are dressed very fancy. Why are you such fancy boys? Interesting. I really like the ones that have the little entryway like this. I think that's really cool. You don't see them that often. I don't know why I like it. It's maybe just because it's different. I don't know. Okay. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Let's see here. Obsidian. Yes, I will absolutely take that. Where do I have my obsidian? Wow. Sure. We'll take these two. We'll use them. I don't need a gold, so I'm not going to take it. I might not even need the obsidian, I'll be honest with you. What do I have here? 46 obsidian and 2. Let's do this. We're going to put this here. We're going to rearrange some stuff here. Okay. Let's see. How are we going to do this? Put this here for now. What's in there? Do I need any of that? I don't need any of this. I can toss that. And we'll put this in here. Okay. Excuse me. How do you even get into your house? Okay. Is there even an iron golem here? I don't see one. That doesn't mean there's not one here. I think that's actually a pretty good sized community. Yeah, I don't care about anything about that. Oh, lovely little fire. Nice, very cozy. Let's see. I was going to say cardiologist. That's not it. Cardiographer. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Down? Okay. I already went down there. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I guess that's it for this. That's fine. Oh, nope, there's another letter up here. Just when I thought it was over, it wasn't. I don't really want these, so just go away. Okay. Okay, do I go this way to keep that going up? Yes, I do. Okay, great. Let's keep going. I had a coworker who had some very sad news about somebody very close to them. He's taking some time off, and I was talking to him about it, because I've actually mentioned this before. I've actually had an enormous amount of loss in my immediate family. And dealing with that is always very difficult. It's terrible to have so much experience with it, but everybody has to deal with that kind of things themselves. You know, I mean, we're all on individual journeys, and there's no boilerplate path for people to mend and recover from that emotionally and intellectually. You know, we're just all individuals, and the solution is specific for us and our circumstance and our past and what we've experienced and what we're going to experience. Everything goes into it. This is is that another huge one? I'm going to die if I go down there. Let's be a little careful. What is this? What is going on? I think it is. It's another one of these really massive things. How have I not seen these before? Oh, I love that idea of the things underneath. That's cool. Okay, let's see. Let's maybe move over a little bit. Yeah. Take another screenshot. Hope you don't mind. Sure, let's be a little careful here because we could definitely stand and whoop, lava. Wow, a bunch of lava. Okay. All right, we need to be very careful. Okay, I'm gonna come around here. I'm trying to find where there it is. What do we got? Got a golden apple. Yeah, we'll put some more golden apples in there. I don't really need any of that other stuff. I don't need any of this, frankly. I'm actually fine. So we'll just keep going. That's I don't know what those are though. I'll have to experiment that more and see that. It's really cool. I've never seen that before in all the 200. I don't. Oh gosh. Go away. I don't get why the sugarcane kind of breaks on some on the ice, like near the ice. Maybe somebody could explain that to me as well. But yeah, you know that I feel really sorry for my coworker because she's a really sweet person and very difficult to deal with that kind of loss. Like I said, I've mentioned this multiple times on my channel. I've dealt with an enormous amount of loss and it never doesn't suck. But unfortunately, when it's happened so much, you get used, you know how you heal, you know? What kind of pumpkin seeds, huh? And you do have to heal. You have to take the time to make sure that you're okay. And that's, by the way, that's not just with loss. That's with anything, right? You need to make sure that you take. What is that? Oh, it's a loom. Neat. You need to make sure that you take the time that you're perfectly good and fine and doing well. You have to take care of yourself first. Super important. Very, very important. Some people don't, you know. Some people don't take care of themselves. They think they have obligations and need to do other stuff first, but you're not gonna help anyone if you're not okay first, you know? Like that's not gonna be helpful to anyone. And it seems counterintuitive, especially, you know, because there's people you deeply care about. And if they're going through a hard time and you're going through a hard time, you just have to make sure that you are okay, you know? Just make sure that you're okay. Whoa. That was unexpected. Oh, I just love these huge trees. Love these huge trees. They're really neat. I like them especially when it's just a forest of these massive trees. It's a little intimidating, not gonna lie. But like when they're scattered along regular trees, it's so cool. Just these gigantic things. Really neat. Let's see. What am I doing? Can I just go around? Maybe. Oh yeah. Maybe. yeah, for me, I know people that when they suffer some kind of loss or have some kind of difficulty, and take some personal time to themselves, and I understand that, and of course I do too. But I also find for me that I like working in those circumstances. Okay, these are the ones that can give us a hard time. So let's be careful. But I for me personally, I find it really nice to be able to have something I can just do sometimes and not think about it. Just kind of put it on the back burner. Let it cook, and just think about something else. Just and not forever, obviously, just every once in a while. Because I think sometimes it can be exhausting, and sometimes your brain needs a break. And some people beat themselves up about that, but no, it's true. Nobody's invincible. Everybody's vulnerable. What is that? What is that? I don't know what that was. Let's go see. That's another portal? It's the same kind. What the scorp is going on? How? I don't... How can I never seen these before? Oh, lava. What do we got? We're gonna put these in here. Okay, we got again. I just don't care about. I don't need any of that, so I'm fine. Just gonna be a little careful getting out of here. Okay. Why? I don't understand what those are. How have I never seen those before? But yeah, I mean, taking care of yourself and getting time to really heal when you had a very difficult time and suffered loss is so important. And it's hard to do because, like I said, it does make you very vulnerable, But for me, just having some time that I can just have heads down time and I can bury myself in my work for a few hours or something like that is just really helpful, because I think that even if you're not thinking about it, your brain is processing it, right? Your brain is processing what happened emotionally and intellectually and helping you get through it. But it takes time, and sometimes your brain just you have to put it on the back burner, It's still going. I'm not saying ignore it, because that's not healthy. But constantly absorbing yourself in it, I think, is not healthy either. And it's really easy to do in these situations. It's very easy to do. But I think a lot of times it's not the right thing. So you have to strike this balance, right? You have to allow yourself to heal, but also, whoa, how do I get around that? Good, splarg. Yeah, allow yourself to heal, but also, make sure you take a little time for yourself, like a little mental health break for yourself. And just to stop, and realize that sometimes your brain just has to process stuff, So give it time to do it. That's my advice. And then, slowly but surely, I've mentioned this before, it always seems like when it first happens and someone close to you, they're not there anymore. And there's a village, that they're just not there. And it's very distressing, And a lot of people have very spiritual beliefs in different things, and I'm not going to really get into that. I certainly do as well. But there's a deep sadness when you realize that this person is never going to be around anymore. And when you think about them, it makes you very sad. But there's a time. It's a time that comes when you realize that when you think about them, it makes you glad you knew them. And I think that's I think that's where you want to try to get to be, you know? What have we got? Don't care about that. Excuse me. Okay, this is a home for pigs. Got it. It's a good sized village. Look at this. Look at this. I have to look up what those things are because I have no idea. Oh, look at little kiddos walking around. That's really cool. That's neat. Love it. What's kind of checking it out, see what's going on here. Okay. I love the. Oh, this is a nice house. That's a cool house. That's one of the nicer layouts I like. Nice, big, open. Excuse me. Okay, that's fine. Did I look at these over here? I don't remember. I don't think I did. No, I did not. Oh, no. I don't care about any of that stuff. Okay. Okay. There we go. I was trying to get something special for my BFF for the holidays. But it's always rough because I like to get her something special for her birthday too, and her birthday's in like November. And so I have to think of two special things happening around the same time. It always takes a bit of time, but I like doing it, you know, because it means the world to me, and I want to make sure that she understands how much she means to me. So I take time to get something to be meaningful for her, hopefully. I've been doing fairly well, so. And she's so wonderful. She stopped by, this was about a month ago or so. She just dropped by in the middle of the day with surprise tacos. They were great. Like, how can you not beat surprise tacos, you know? Surprise Mexican food. Sweet. Let's see, let's go a little bit this way too, because we may actually hit I'm not sure if we're going to we're going to be close to hitting the, careful, don't die. Careful, faster. Okay. There we go. Nice. Love it. It's interesting to me how like in some things like in Bedrock, they obviously understood and made the access to the seed of the world very easy, and it's harder than it is in it's easier than, how to say this, it's easier in Bedrock than it is in Java. And I don't quite understand why they don't make some of those changes to Java, but maybe it's just because it's been that way now, and it's controversial if they change some stuff. Cherry orchard, love it. There we go. Yeah, we're not going to hit the 3,000, the 300,000 in this video. We will in the next one, I think. I think we will. Okay, there we go. There. There we go. And I have a bunch of time coming up, which I'm super looking forward to, because I don't really take any vacations the whole beginning of the year, the whole first half of the year, pretty much, because I want to take just a ton of vacations the last half. And then by the time the next year runs around, I've had so much vacation time that, like, I really want to put my heads down and concentrate and get working. And then, you know, May comes and I'm like, boy, I could use a break. Hey, I got one. My vacation strategy. It's working out fairly well. Working out fairly well. Oops. Okay, let's go. So somebody mentioned to me that I should probably try CurseForge Launcher when I play my Minecraft 1.0.0 world, because it won't screw up my achievements and a bunch of other stuff. And because 1.0.0 does screw a bunch of stuff up in my regular Minecraft world. It rebinds my keys to the standard settings and a bunch of other dumb crap. So, and another village. Look at that. Ouch. That's fine. Is that a village or is it just a singular house? It looks like a singular house, but I'm not. Is it one of those like pillager outposts? I don't know. I can't tell. That horse just snorted in my ear. How dare he? Let's go. It doesn't look like a pillager outpost at all, but I don't see any other buildings around. Curious. Well, let's find out. Shall we? Oh, over here. There we go. Go up. There we go. Okay. It's just a single house. Oh no, there's more around. Okay. Oh, a library. Okay. Get some fresh air in here. Maniac. Where was that? Down here? Yeah, down here. Okay. Oh, hello. That was the outlier. Here we go. Yeah, I'll take that. Sure, why not? Okay. I'm not taking the other stuff because I just don't need it, frankly. Nope. I just don't need it. See what's in here. Excuse me. Yep. Stop it. Stop it. Get out of here, stupid jerk. I mean, I'm calling them a stupid jerk, and I'm the one who's going around stealing their stuff. Let's see, can we do this? Water. There we go. It's like, get in my water, you fool. I apologize. I apologize, but not really. Boink. Okay. Anything else? No, nothing else. Okay. Which way are we going? This way? No, this way. Yes. Let's go ahead and swim over to here, over to this house. Yeah. Okay. You know what? I'm just going to take the bed. Because we're going to be putting one down here pretty soon anyway, so might as well. Might as well. Let's go. We make pretty good time on a boat in general. I looked it up and I don't know what it was, but it is significantly faster than on foot, even in running. This is a very interesting area, you know? Let's go this way because it doesn't look like it's heading anywhere good for us. Come here. Where are we going? How are we going to get there? Guess we'll go up here. Over here. Over here. Up here. See what's going on. This is kind of where I expect to find a mansion. I don't think we will, but it's kind of where I expect to find one. You know? Again, though, I'm not a Minecraftologist. What do I know? Nothing. Let's do this. There we go. Oh, there we go. That was relatively painless. Relatively. All things said. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Boink. There we go. There we go. Oh, that's death. Is there an easier way down? Let's just try it. Oh, this isn't too bad. This is not too bad. We kind of picked the right way. Good. Hey, it's one of those stupid jerks. What do you got? Ah, you suck. Yeah, your llamas agree too. You're an irresponsible animal owner. Plus, he hangs out with like the gribblers don't target him. Like they target villagers, but they don't target him, which I find sus. I was gonna say. Oh, dang. Oh, that wouldn't be too. Oh, that would have been. Yeah, that would have been death. Look how far we have to go, though. Look how far we've gone. Man. Hello. Where are your parents? Go over a little bit. A couple of chickens. I appreciate that. Okay. That's a big ball there. Nighttime's coming. It's coming as the sun starts to go down. Start to be able to see the clouds. And even in real life, you know, there's a little bit of a like a purple hue at night. I'm sure there's an explanation for it, but I always find it interesting. Like, I mainly live in large cities, but you know, if you go somewhere where you're pretty isolated, it's so dark at night. It's just amazing. It's pretty incredible. Like, you don't realize how much light pollution there is until you go somewhere where there's not light pollution or there's very low light pollution. And at night, it's just pitch black. If there's a full moon, it just lights up everything. It's really amazing. And the number of stars you see is incredible. I said, I'm not a planet star guy, but it's really amazing. Even if I've lived, the only places I've lived, a couple of places in the Pacific, in the Southwest, that didn't have a huge amount of light pollution. And the amount of stars that I saw was just, I never realized there were that many stars in the sky, so many that you don't even see. Very cool. Very neat. I think we'll go to bed here. We'll go to bed, think about what we're going to do in the next video. Thank you so much for watching this playthrough of Exploring Minecraft. Just go through Exploring Minecraft, talk about different things, try to understand Minecraft more and more every time. Thanks for watching. See you next time for more Exploring Minecraft. See you next time.